Hi viewers, welcome to Joshua Talks. Today we are going to discuss about one of the constraints of MySQL, which is nothing but not null constraint. So first of all, we have to enter into our database. So for that reason, we have to use our database name. And now I'm going to see what are the different tables available in my database. So these are the tables available in my database. Okay. Do remember that when I am executing the commands, sometimes we may encounter with some errors, right? That is what to do or how to do, how not to do. Okay. So for that reason, I have kept the errors intentionally sometimes. Okay. So that when you are practicing them, you may not do these errors when you practice all these commands. Okay. Okay. Let's start. So now how we are going to create a particular table with a not null constraint. So first of all, what is a not null constraint? So not null constraint is nothing but whenever you have given a not null constraint to a particular attribute in a table, that particular attribute will not allow any null value to be entered as a value in that particular column. So we will discuss how to create a not null constraint during the table creation, and we will also discuss how to create a not null constraint or how to add a not null constraint to already existing table. Okay, now let's start our discussion. So this is the way through which you can add a not null constraint while you are creating the table itself. So I'm going to create a table called persons1, create table persons1. This is PID, the data type is integer, and now I am going to give a constraint called not null constraint here. Okay, so next the last name, which is of varchar data type, first name varchar data type, address varchar data type, and city is also varchar data type. So to check whether my table has been successfully created or not, simply I am going to give DESC my table name. So these are all the fields and these are all the data types. When you observe the value here, see, I have given while the creation of the table itself, the PID should be not null, that is it should not accept any null value. So for that reason, it is giving that PID, is it allowing null values? No. Okay, so this is the reason it is giving no here, and all the other attributes here, last name, first name, address and city, they all are accepting null values because we do not put any not null constraint in those attributes. Okay. Okay, see now I'm going to insert the data into the persons1 table, that is insert into persons1. So I have given all the column names here and I have given the values. So how many column names are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. But how many values I have given here? 1, 2, 3 and 4 values only. That is the reason it is throwing an error that column count does not match the value count at row 1. So now whenever you are trying to insert these particular values, it will be inserted as a row 1, but this count is not equal to the total number of columns which we have defined as part of our table, and hence the error is coming like this. So now we have rectified that, insert into table name, and we have given only 4 values here, that is last name, first name, address and city, and in the values also I have given only 4 values. Now the query is okay. So now when I am going to see the contents of the table, that is select start from persons1, see what values I have inserted here. I have inserted last name, first name, address and city value. Did I insert any PID value? I did not insert any PID value. So what is the value we have got here? 0. The reason why we have got 0 is whenever we are not inserting PID in a general case, it will be given with a default value, null value. But as we have defined that this PID should not take a default value as null value, that is it should not take any null value, for that reason it cannot insert a null value here. Okay, so when I am not given the PID value here, it is simply inserting a value called 0 here. So that is the reason we are getting 0, because we have created PID as of integer data type. Do you remember PID is given in the form of integer data type, so it cannot accept a null value because we gave that it is a not null constraint. So for that reason we are getting a value as 0 here. So now see here, when I am trying to insert another new row with some other values, here this is the last name as Johnson and the first name as Vijaya, address is Vizag and city is also Vizag. So here also I did not enter any PID value. So by default it is giving which value? 0 as a by default value, and it is not giving any null as its value. Okay, so this is how you can avoid the null values being entered into this particular column. If you see here, the third row, I have given the PID as a separate column. That is, I wanted to insert the PID value also. So I have given the value 1. Okay. So when I have given the value 1 here, so this value 1 has been inserted here. But did I give the last name here? No, I have given only the first name. I did not give the last name here. So in the place of last name, now I have got a value called null value, because by default the last name can accept null values. But whenever we do not give the PID values here, it is not accepting null values. That is the reason it has inserted the value 0 here. And also you can observe, whenever I am inserting the new row, that is the fourth row, again I did not give this PID value. So when I did not give this PID value, similarly to the first and second row, it has given 0 as PID value, and here also I did not enter any last name. For that reason it has given me the null values here. Now let us check whether this PID value is going to allow null values if this PID is defined in the form of a character data type. Till now this PID is of which data type? It is in integer data type. Now let us try to modify this PID column into a varchar data type and check the insertion of the values, what it is going to do. Okay, so to modify this PID from integer data type to varchar data type, what is the command we have? So we have alter table name persons1, modify PID the column name, and the new data type is varchar, and I am giving 22 characters of length here. So now let us see the description of this table once again. So now the PID field has been changed from integer to varchar. So now did you observe the difference? Previously we have at null place this one as no, but now we have a value called as, that is, we have modified the data type from integer to varchar, so that the constraint of not null has also been eliminated. Now it has again converted from not null to null value. What is the meaning of this one? So now whenever you do not enter any value in the place of PID, now it will accept null values. Okay, now let us check this one. So this is the present scenario of our table, that is PID with 0, 0, 1, 0, and we have null values in these two places. Now we will check whether this PID is going to accept null values when we have changed the data type of this particular PID column. So you can observe here, insert into table name. So I do not give any PID value here. I have given only first name, address and city, only 3 values. So when I have given only the 3 values, these 3 values have been inserted. You can see it here. I did not give the first value and the second value. So now what is the first value here? It is the null value, and the second value by default last name is also null value. So you can observe the difference whenever we have changed the column attribute from the column data type name from integer to varchar, immediately the not null constraint has also been revoked, and now it is starting to accept null values here. So you have to make a note of this one. So what I mean to say is that whenever you are modifying the data type of a not null data type which is of integer type, whenever you are modifying it, immediately the constraint has been eliminated, that is, it has been revoked, and now by default it is accepting the null value. So now if you do not want it to accept the null values in PID, even though it is of varchar data type, now again you have to alter this particular PID's values. Okay, so let us see how we can do it. So the syntax here is alter table, our table name, the keyword is change. So this is our data attribute, that is PID is one of our attributes, and that is our old attribute name, and this is our new attribute name is same. I don't want it to change the new attribute name. So now I have given the data type varchar of 22. Now I have given something called not null. So previously while I have changed the data type from integer to varchar, it has been modified from not null to null. Now again I am going to change this varchar data type of PID from again null to not null. So now what I am going to get here? So now when you see here, now DESC persons 1, now the PID has changed to again no. I hope you can observe the difference. Now the PID value cannot accept any null value even though it is of varchar data type. Now because we have altered the values, or we have altered the properties of this particular field called PID. So now let us see what happens now if we do not insert the value of PID in this particular table. Okay, I have given only the first name, address and city. I have not given the PID and last name. Okay, so now you see here, this is the output, that is, see the values I have given are Raju, Hyderabad and Hyderabad. So they have been inserted Raju, Hyderabad and Hyderabad. So by default the last name can have the null value. Now can PID have the null value? No, it cannot have null value because we have changed the properties of this PID attribute from null to not null. So that is the reason it has not given any value here. Or can it insert a value called 0 here? Neither it can insert a value of 0 nor it can insert a value of null. Because why it cannot insert a value of 0? Because it is not of integer data type, and now it is of varchar data type, but we have given a constraint that it cannot insert any null value. So for that reason it has not inserted 0 or it has not inserted null value here, but this last name value have been inserted with null because we do not put any constraint as not null constraint for last name. So now when I have inserted PID value as 5 and all the other values also, so now immediately the values, when I am giving select start from person, now the new row has been inserted with the value 5 and all the other last name, first name, address and city also. So you can see here I intentionally wanted to insert the null value for PID. Okay, I have given the null value intentionally. So what is the output it has given? Column PID cannot be null because it is already defined with the not null constraint. It cannot accept a null value. So now let us see the different possibilities of inserting the values and the kind of errors we may encounter if we have different types of data types. Okay, so see here, insert into persons 1, I have given 6xx12yy yzag yzag. See here, what is this one? This is last name attribute. It has been defined in varchar, but I have not given them in single quotes or double quotes, right? For that reason, unknown column xx12 in field list. Okay, so this is the reason. Okay, and what is the next case here? So I have given this in a single quote. Okay, I have given xyz without any quotes here. For that reason, it is again telling me xyz is an unknown column. Okay, and the next one also, here I have given 7 normally and I have given xyz and all the other things in the single quotes. Again it is saying the same error. But in the last one, if you observe this one, PID I have given 7 and this is xyz value which I have given for last name and yy for first name and all the other values. So even though the PID value has been defined with varchar data type, when I am inserting a number, okay, it is treating that as a character and it is taking without any error. See here, so now the value have been successfully inserted. But whenever I have given a string value without any single quote or double quote, it will not accept. But by default, if you give a number here, it will be taking. But when you observe here, you have given a combination of a number and a string or string and a number. For that reason, it cannot identify that particular value and it is saying unknown column xx12 in the field list. So now I will show you the table how it is going to look like. See here. So now the values 7 have been inserted without any problem, even though it is not given in the single quote because it is a numeric value. Okay, so now the last name, first name, address and city have also been successfully inserted. So as another example, see here in the last name itself I have given 777, which is of numerical value, but actually it has been defined in varchar and I have given the numerical value. Even though I have given that one, it is treating it as a character data type and it is also inserting these values here. Okay, only when you are giving the alphabets or whenever you are giving these characters, you have to enclose them in the single quotes. Another possibility that if you have given a number here and if you enclose them in the single quotes, then also there is no problem, the value will be inserted here. See, this is the number you have not enclosed in single quote, it has been inserted, and you have enclosed these two numbers, that is 77 in single quote, that is also been taken as a valid value. So a number, when it has been enclosed or whether it has not been enclosed, if it is defined in a data type called varchar or character, it will be taking those values. But whenever you are giving the only character values, then you have to ensure that you are enclosing them in a single quotes. So now what you wanted to change, that means if you wanted to change again the PID value from not null to null, that is you wanted to accept null values, so then you can use a command called alter table command, alter table name change. So this is what you wanted to change, right? So PID, that is old column name, the new column name is also PID, I wanted to put it varchar of 22. So now what I am going to put here, null, that is in place of PID, previously it is going to have not null constraint. So if I don't want it to have my not null constraint, I am modifying or changing this same PID so that it can accept a null value. Okay, so when I'm going to describe the persons table, now again the PID is accepting a null value here. Do you remember? Okay, so previously we have given not null constraint, but now when we have changed this particular PID from not null constraint to null constraint, again it is trying to accept all the null values. That is the reason it has given the value called yes here. So with this we conclude our discussion of not null constraint. I hope you guys have understood what is not null constraint. So how you are going to create a not null constraint while creating a table itself, or how you are going to add a not null constraint while you are altering the table with the alter command and so on. Okay, so please like, share and subscribe to Joshua Talks, because sharing is caring. Thank you.